think my computer's about to crash, you guys. Record on this computer.
Recording in progress.
Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay. I'm live. I'm live everywhere. We're going. We're ready. Welcome. Welcome to Human Design Q&A with me, Tangi, the Feel Good expert. What do I want to say? If you're new to human design, you've come to the right place. Because I like to make human design easy. And I come live to answer any questions that you may have as you're learning. If you don't know what human design is a synthesis of 4 ancient systems. We are using Western astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Hindu Brahmin chakra system, as well as mystical Kabbalah. Now we mush all of that together, and then we get this strategic map of your energy that is based on your birth date, exact time, and location. What do you do with this, you may ask? It helps you manage your energy and make decisions that are correct for you. That is what human design does. So, yeah, my name is Tangi. I'm a human design teacher and coach. I use human design to help you feel good, or at least feel a little better. That's why I call myself the Feel Good Expert. You can find me at the Feel Good Expert across all platforms. Be careful out there. I won't DM you, but you can DM me. It's cool. Let's talk. I love to nerd out on human design. Um, I also call myself the feel good expert because I'll never tell you anything limiting, inhibiting, or dogmatic about this system. I simply use human design as a language, a context, a framework for describing energy patterns. And I like to think that I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. This is my 7th year in my experiment. So, because of that, I like to come on TikTok Live, YouTube Live, and answer any questions that you may have about this system because it's fun for me. And I wish I had someone to ask questions to along the way as I was learning because things can get pretty complex pretty quickly. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. I'm about to look at the comments. The only thing that I ask in return is that you engage with my live. Comment, like, share, follow, all of that stuff. Okay. That is the most important thing to me when I go live because not only does it benefit me and, with the algorithm gods and all of that, my channel gets pushed out and blah, blah, blah. But as a projector, it's also helpful. That is a form of recognition. If you like the live, I can see the little hearts. I can see it on my side. Okay. So that's helpful. And when I see your comments, that gives me lots of things to chat with you about. So here we are. Don't forget to engage. Okay. Anne says, talk about the open G center with no gates. Melanie talks about that all the time too. Anne. Hi, J Sauce. Hi, Amanda from Chile. Welcome. Hey, Nick. Nick is also asking about open centers. How do I deal with my open crown, ajna, and sacral as a manifester? I think I saw another comment. But did we get our required YouTube hours? Someone was just asking me that. Let me back up before I talk about energy centers. I'll just talk about all 9 of them because it's really one of my favorite things to talk about, to be honest with you. But I posted some videos and some stories earlier this week that like I'm this close to getting monetized on YouTube, this close. And so that I could get monetized on YouTube a little faster, so I could fast track because I've been waiting forever. I created like sleep meditations, a whole playlist of hertz frequencies. Actually, this has a lot to do with energy centers. So that's tip number 1. You can use the hertz frequency based on energy center because I created 18 videos that are 8 hours or more so that you can use them while you're working, while you're cleaning, while you're sleeping. This is actually I believe in frequencies. I really, really do. And I've been told along my path that that's an important thing for me to work with. Anyway, there are 18 videos because I made videos for the defined center and I made videos for the undefined center. So you have a fully open or undefined center, meaning it's like colored white in your chart. You can use the hertz frequency because I specifically chose the frequency based on chakra to like help you empty out, to help you get aligned with that energy if you feel like it's distracting you or there's just too much, right? You're just feeling overwhelmed. Who is Melanie? And Melanie's in the course as well. Um, I can't remember if you guys were on the same call. I think you were, not the last call, but the one before. Amanda says, I'm a 2-4 manifesting generator, non-emotional, cross of penetration, quad right. Anything you can say about that? Oh my gosh. JSOS is going to play overnight. Thank you. Help me. Help me get monetized. Oh my gosh. Now I'm like way behind. So I'm going to talk about the energy centers. Feel free to ask questions along the way. If I say something that resonates for you, engage. And I will loop back around to you, Amanda, but I do want to talk about the solar plexus. If I'm going to talk about all 9 energy centers, let's talk about the solar plexus. It's the little triangle that is on the right side. That's my right hand. Right side. Okay, the triangle. Solar plexus center. Something that I teach in my course is that every single energy center not only has a theme, right? Like, oh, solar plexus is emotions. It also has a function. What does it do and how does it do it? This energy center, the solar plexus center, has 2 types of functions. It is both awareness and a motor. We have 4 motors in human design: the solar plexus, the ego center, the sacral, and the root. Those are the energy centers, if you have those colored in, that actually like give you energy to like move your physical body, like give you energy to do something. Okay. The solar plexus is one of those. It is not solely awareness. Okay. It's not just an awareness center, it is also a motor center. And I know you're emotional authority, Nick, so that might resonate for you. Anyways, it's a motor and it's an awareness center. Okay. So if you have it colored in, this is your authority as well. This is your decision making process. So it's really important for you to know that when you make a decision, it has to be a decision that is not only backed by awareness, but also, and I think more importantly, energy. Emotional authority people have so much depth and thoroughness. They really, really do. Love that about them. I don't have that. I am lizard brain. Okay. I am so impatient and I'm just so fast about things, right? Like I don't want to sit with something for a really long time and like really deeply and thoroughly work with that energy. And the funny thing is, like, I can feel an emotional authority coming. I'm like, this is, I am already impatient before you got here. Okay. So when you make a decision, if you have this one colored in, make sure that whatever you commit to, you can commit your full depth and thoroughness. And that is why we tell you to wait. That's the bigger reason, I think, that we tell you to wait, not just because you're riding this emotional wave and you're all over the place and you don't know where you are. You never know where you are. You never know where you are on the emotional wave. So you wait so that the other people know that with you, it's going to take the time that it takes and you're going to take up space. That's why you wait. You're the one who's supposed to set the pace in commitments, in connections, in relationships. You're the one that sets the pace. Okay. So when you have this center open or undefined, the solar plexus center, and you think that you are supposed to have this motorized energy for depth and thoroughness, and you're like, I'm just not doing enough, that is when you get into your not self. That is when you get distracted. And that is when you overcommit to something that you really don't have energy for. Okay. For example, when I created my course, I know how I am. Okay. I'm so concise. Like, I'm like, let's get in and get out, like, I'm not going to sit here and talk your head off for hours. Like, I don't have the patience for that. So, like, every single lesson in my course is like 15 minutes. I'm like, let me tell you. Let me tell you about this concept. Here are some slides. So you got a visual. Here's a PDF that you can refer back to, in and out. Okay. That's me, non emotional. So that's one. Anne says she has too much depth for a lot of people. See, it's funny. Side note, okay, segue. You guys know I just can't. It's not easy for me to stay on topic. I mean, I'm on the topic, but do lives contribute to watch hours? I think they do, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like while you're watching live or it's the replay. I when I go live for an hour and I don't see like a significant increase in watch hours after I go live. So I don't know. Anyways, funny story, solar plexus center. Okay. I found someone in a human design group and he was marketing something that I was curious about. And so I was like, oh, I'd like to learn more. Like, just tell me what you got going on. Right. And this dude sent me like multiple voice memos that are multiple minutes long each. So I gotta sit here and listen to it, right? Me not emotional, I'm like 2x. Everything I listen to is 2x. Like, let's go, let's faster. Anyway, like, so he tells me this whole thing, and I was like, "Are you emotional authority?" And I typed that, right? I don't send voice memos very often. I only send it to make something faster. If it's gonna take me too long to type, I'll send a voice memo. But, I messaged him back right away. I was like, "Are you emotional authority? Just feels like you're emotional authority." And he's like, "I am." And he, like, gave me all of his details. I was like, "Cool, I'm out." No offense. No offense. When I know that I have the space to for someone else to pace things for me and to guide me very deeply and thoroughly through a topic, that's when I get in. But a lot of times I don't have that space, and this is one of those times. Almost all of mine are open and slow target. Same. I only have 2 defined centers. Yeah, same. Okay. Solar plexus center. Let's move over to the sacral center. Okay. If you have the sacral center colored in, that makes you a generator, a manifesting generator. All generators and manifesting generators have a defined sacral. So it's the square that's to the left of the solar plexus. It's the second square up from the bottom. The bottom one's the root. So when you have a defined sacral center, that is also a motor. It creates energy so that you can commit to things that are satisfying. Okay. The last center we just talked about, the solar plexus, we're committing to things that are deep and thorough. The sacral center, we're committing to things that are pleasurable. Okay. So that's why you get that like instant gut response that says, oh, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that for a while. I want to do that until I'm done, Or, ooh, no, I don't want to do that at all. I'm not into that at all. I want to run the other direction. Okay. Sacral center gives you motorized energy for pleasure and satisfaction in life. And that can be anything, right? You can get pleasure from working. You can get pleasure from working out. You can get pleasure from many things, from eating, all kinds of stuff. And so when your gut says, yeah, I want to do that, it's because it wants you to commit to that over time. I always say, like, the response is fast, but the satisfaction should be slow. You should take your time with that. Like, you know, enjoy it. When you have an open or undefined sacral, you don't know when enough is enough when it comes to pleasure, when it comes to satisfaction, when it comes to work, right? All of those things. You tend to get pulled in to what you see generators and manifesting generators doing, because if you have an undefined sacral, you're a projector, manifestor, or reflector. You tend to get pulled into what they're doing. You go, I should feel that way too, right? I should have that kind of energy too, right? I should be excited about this too, right? Wrong. No. Because you have a sacral that is open or undefined, you actually can find the shortcuts. Okay? You can find the faster way to get the work done, and you just, who cares about the pleasure and the satisfaction? If I go down that hole, I might not be able to find my way out. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Maddie. I'm catching up. I'm going to go through all 9 centers. Okay, and you're gonna take what you take, but if you're enjoying what I'm saying, don't forget to keep engaging. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like, "This is ridiculous. I'm I'm just talking to myself." This is called human design. If you just joined, my name is Tangi. I'm a human design teacher and coach. I use human design to help you feel good, or at least feel a little better. That's why I call myself the feel good expert. I'll never tell you anything limiting, inhibiting, or dogmatic about this system. I don't like that. I simply use this system to give you validation and permission to be your most authentic self. And I do that by providing you foundational knowledge and practical tools with real life application. My favorite tool is my website, feelgoodhumandesign.com. You can pull your chart for free. If you have no idea what human design is, it is a synthesis of 4 ancient systems. We use Western astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Hindu Brahman chakra system, and mystical Kabbalah. Mush all of that together, plug in your birth date, exact time, and location, and now you have this strategic map of your energy that tells you how to make aligned decisions and manage your energy really well. I come on live to answer any questions that you may have about this system. All I ask in return is that you engage. I've been studying for 7 years, by the way. Website is feelgoodhumandesign.com. The hardest part of living my experiment has been connecting with my sacral. I know, because society, Society exploits the sacral center. It really does. It's like capitalism too, right? Who are our workers and how much work can we get out of them? I don't care if they like it or not. How much work can I get out of them? Right. And we just kind of fell into the trap, all of us. And it was harder on some than others. But we're getting out of there. We're going to work our way out of that stuff. Nobody wants to be in that energy anymore. Okay, moving over to the spleen center. That is the far left triangle. Okay, spleen is the first center that I'm discussing with you. Oh, root next. Okay, I'll go to root right after this. It's the first center that I'm telling you about that's not a motor. It's just awareness. Just awareness. Okay. So a lot of times people who are splenic authority get really confused and they're like, yeah, my spleen said yes. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Because it doesn't give you energy to do anything. It just holds an awareness. Okay. And usually that awareness is like, body won't go. That's not safe. That's not safe. I can't sustain that. That makes me feel scared. I don't want to do that. So the spleen is awareness and instincts to keep you alive. Okay, that's where we find our intuition. Even though the midheaven and rising sign are shown in natal charts, how come they're not in human design? Because we don't use that to create your definition. It's not something in the chart that's active. Like we can look at it, we can observe it, but it doesn't activate a gate. Why? I don't know. I didn't come up with it. I have to actually like go. If I don't have the gate placement, like what sign it's in memorized, I have to go to a different software to look at what someone's rising sign is. Um, yeah, we don't have midheaven. We have the nodes though. Okay. Yes, we are no more slaves. Agree. We're done with that. If the straw hasn't broken the camel's back, it will this year. This will be the year of the straw that broke the camel's back, and all the workers and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, over to the root center. The root center is at the very bottom of the chart. Okay. It is another motor. It's the square at the very bottom of the chart. Hi, Gabe. Square at the bottom of the chart. When you have a defined root, because it's a motor, it creates energy, pressurized energy to push you forward, to create momentum in life. It gives you adrenalized pressure to move things forward. Okay. When you don't have a defined root, you don't have a consistent way of managing stress. You don't have a consistent knowledge of what requires adrenaline and what doesn't, what requires pressure and what doesn't. So if you have an undefined root, you should never make a decision based on pressure. I mean, nobody should make a decision based on pressure because that's not part of our hierarchy of authority, if you know what I'm saying. But an undefined root center tends to absorb and amplify others' stress and pressure. So you have to be really careful with that one. Did you have a specific question about the root, Jay? I was curious about the gates and planets in human design. Do they have the same signification like the planets in astrology? Yeah, for the most part, yes. For the most part, yes. The difference between human design and astrology, and then I'll get back into my energy centers, um, is that we use 2 dates in human design. So we have your natal placement. So if you're looking at a human design chart and you know astrology, what you'll recognize is only on the personality side. The chart that you'll recognize, the placements that you'll recognize are only on the personality side. If you're looking at my website, it's the pink side. Any other website, it's just the right side. On the left side, called the design side, that's based on a different date. We call that the design date. In human design is 88 degrees of the sun prior to your moment of birth. So we have this axis in human design where there's your natal placements and then the sun placement of your design is 90 days prior. And so that's a whole different natal chart. Most of the placements are pretty much the same. We use Earth in human design in addition to the sun. We use the nodes to describe the environments that you find yourself in, which is very similar to the nodes in astrology, but astrology talks about the nodes like more of an arc And human design talks about the nodes more of a like, this is where you are. Most of my gates are in the root and the head. Interesting. Oh, Gabe, you're into the sidereal now? I'm reading comments like right off the screen. Thank God for my defined root. I know, right? It's the only thing that keeps me moving. Just a hanging 19. Yes, 19 is transiting. I think we're in I think it's a line 4 day. I study astrology, numerology in depth. So I love human design. I know I love all of the systems. I got pretty far on my human design rabbit hole. Okay, I'm in my 7th year, like I said, and I've just been studying the basic stuff. But I decided not to go deeper in that rabbit hole of human design. Not that I'm leaving. I'm just going to stay at the level that I'm at in human design. And now I'm going to like jump over to the astrology rabbit hole temporarily because that's what is calling me. That's what I feel like moving forward on. Looking into my draconic charts too. It's interesting. Like you, it's interesting. Thank you so much for your content here and on your website. Thank you. 88 degrees equals 90 days. Yes. That according to human design is like when your personality drops in to your vehicle. And now they start to integrate with each other. Trippy stuff. Ew, sidereal. What's your advice for navigating lows with the 3740 wave? 3740 is really about like when to be there and when to go away. Work life balance, when to come in with your bargain and then when to go back to the drawing board. So your low might mean that like you need to hermit a little bit. You need to pull yourself away or create better balance or eat. The 40 is the stomach. Defined solar plexus is wild. I know. I think of the design date as the day your soul came into your body. Yeah, that's what I think. But I use the word personality. Soul gets me a little confused because to me, I'm like, soul is a whole other thing, right? But when you're in a body for this lifetime, then I feel like that's like just part of your soul is in the body. So that's the personality that you're taking on, in addition to the body that you're taking on for like this larger vessel and vehicle called the soul that could be doing a lot of things all at once. But that's a whole other rabbit hole. I have an open head in ajna. It causes a lot of scattered fear brain, consuming everybody's fears. Interesting. When I hear fear and anxiety, I tend to go right to the spleen center. And when I hear about like open crown and ajna, I think more taking on other people's mental pressure and taking on other people's perspectives and their views, right? What their truth is, and feeling like really uncomfortable because it doesn't actually fit you. In tropical, I'm a projector. In sidereal, I'm a manifesting generator. Interesting. Tapping into my defined sacral when I'm on the move. I only have a 1057 channel. Oh, in sidereal though. Yeah, I'm like so deep in like just foundational human design that I don't look at anything else. I have a Capricorn work in Cancer opposition in my astrology. I think I have that too. I mean, my Capricorn North Node, and then I have, I think directly opposing my North Node is Uranus. What is the 1057 channel? That one is so interesting. So the gate 10 is in the G center, which I need to get back on my energy centers. You guys are distracting me with questions. If I answer your question, don't forget to tap the thing. Tap the thing. Hit the like. Oh no. Sometimes I have 3 monitors on, and sometimes one of them is like, I don't want to do this anymore. It just shuts off. It hasn't yet. Okay, 1057 is interesting because the gate 10 is in the G center. or the diamond in the middle, and the 57 is in the spleen. So gate 10 is going to hold some themes around self-love, around direction, identity, purpose, right? And gate 57 is going to hold some themes around instinct, intuition. So gate 57 is intuitive clarity, and gate 10 is the behavior of the self. When you behave based on instinct and intuition, now you have this channel of the perfected form. 57 basically psychic. I wish I could be more psychic. Like I'm kinda. Why is it so common? There are certain things that are common based on like longer transits and people that are of age. Like that was just, I think 57 was activated for quite a while in Pluto for Gen X and maybe elder millennials. I've seen it a lot in charts of that age because of the years. When maybe it wasn't a full year, but anyways, because of the months that it was activated during those years. So I would imagine that, like, I'll give you like a current real life example. We have had the channel of transitoriness from 35 to 36, from throat to solar plexus, active for like months now. And so in 30 years, right, all of these little cuties are having their like Saturn return and they're looking around, they're going, why does everybody have emotional authority? Why does everybody have this same channel? It's because it was transiting for a while. So every single baby that was born over the course of that number of months gets that activation because it was transiting in our outer planets and creating a full channel. Gate 57, fear of the future. Yes. My youngest daughter is a generator and her only channel is the channel of power. Well, that's cool. How did that play out? Oh, Jay knows from 78 to 81, approximately. Oh, there's Melanie. Okay, Anne, Melanie Ann. Melanie has an open G center. I'm getting there, by the way. Let me talk about the ego center. Okay. Ego center, undefined or open, means it's very hard to find your anchor around your value, around your self worth. You may make up a lot of stories that you don't have any willpower and you don't have any motivation, and thus you're not very proud of yourself. Okay. When you have the ego center defined, you have consistent access to motivation and willpower, but only if your heart is in it. The ego governs the heart. Okay. So you got to like say it with your chest. You got to commit. You got to be all in on things. And a lot of times, the only way, in my experience, that someone with a defined ego is all in is if it benefits their tribe, if it benefits their people, or if it creates resources. They love resources. 23, 43 is very innovative. Yes, it is. My hubby has an open G and open crown. Yes. Okay, I'm going to do that next. If I have a defined ego, can I still get hits from the ego center even if it's not my main authority? Yes, of course. Jay with the ego center just front and center. For anyone who has joined while I was on my rant, my name is Tangi. I'm a human design teacher and coach. I use human design to help you feel good or at least feel a little better. That's why I call myself the Feel Good Expert. You can find me at the Feel Good Expert across all platforms. I will not DM you. Be careful out there. I also call myself the Feel Good Expert because I will never tell you anything limiting or inhibiting about this system. I don't like that, and I don't like that. I simply use human design as a language, a context, a framework for describing energy patterns to give you validation and permission to be your most authentic self. And I do that by providing you foundational knowledge and practical tools with real life application. My favorite tool is my website. It is feelgoodhumandesign.com. It is one of the only places where you can pull your chart for free and have free video explanations on every single one of the chart properties. Basically, what I did was create series of all of the different chart properties because there are hundreds of variations over the course of a year on TikTok. And then I just took the links and plugged them in so that you could get a free on demand Mini reading. You're welcome. I come on TikTok Live to answer any questions that you may have about human design. It's what I wish I had when I was getting started because it can be overwhelming. It's a lot of information all at once. Okay. So ask me anything that you want. All that I ask in return is that you engage. See, you guys knew I was about to say it. I saw the hearts. I saw the engagement starting. Comment, like, share, follow, all of that stuff. Hi, Riley. I'm so happy to see you. Speaking of, I always create what I wish I had when I was getting started. There's the website, but once you've landed on the website, if you're a visual learner like me and you need something that you can refer back to, I do have a personalized report. It's in the $20 range. It's over 50 pages and it is custom and specific to your design. It will walk you through the foundations of every single one of your chart properties in writing. Okay, I wrote the copy. It was by me. I have a course where you can learn human design. I'm actually offering a 12-week fast track program through the course right now to not only learn the foundations of human design, but use that to build your business along the way. That's why you see that I just started a series on how to make money using human design. If you're interested, the link is in my bio. What else was I going to say? I think that's it, right? Remind me. Anyway, right now I'm going through all 9 energy centers. Talking about what to do if it's defined or undefined and how that might impact your energy. I also mentioned earlier that I'm trying so hard to get to monetization on YouTube, and I need 4,000 watch hours, and I have like 3,300. So I do have sleep meditations on my YouTube playlist. Each of them is 8 hours long, so you can play it while you're working, while you're sleeping, while you're cleaning. I don't care. Just turn it on. I put it on my big screen TV yesterday. It looks pretty cool, to be honest. There are 18 different options because in the description of the video, you'll see I'll refer to use this if you have an undefined XYZ or if you have a defined XYZ. So there's 9 of each, 9 defined, 9 undefined. So I like when I'm cleaning, I'll put on the one for the sacral, creativity, productivity. Okay. Like tap into that frequency temporarily. Yesterday, I was feeling like really stressed. So I turned on the one for root. And it'll tell you like this one is to like create and this one is to empty out. The one to create is the defined one, the one to empty out is the undefined one. And you can use any, it doesn't matter what your chart is because you're just taking on that energy temporarily. Please do videos on all the channels. I have. I have videos on all the channels. I don't have long videos on all the channels because when I made them, my limit, this is so long ago, my limit was 90 seconds. So it was 60 or 90. I think it might have actually been 60 seconds. So I had to like, this really taught me how to be concise, these social media platforms. They still are because now I have 10 minutes on TikTok, but YouTube Shorts is 3 minutes, I think, and Reels is 3 minutes. So even though I could talk for 10 minutes, I would do like so if I start sounding like a chipmunk, it's because I talked like 4 minutes and I'm like, I'll just turn up the speed so I can repost this on all my platforms. I use the one for Define Solar. Make a 10-hour video on all the channels. I wouldn't know the frequency of each of the 64 channels. That would have to be like divine intervention or something. It's good you didn't lose your TikTok. Well, I don't think we have a long-term solution. I'm enjoying it while I can. But yes, help me get monetized on YouTube just in case, please and thank you. And I will make longer and better videos on YouTube because I'll be guaranteed to get paid. Love your short videos on the variables. You made it so easy to understand and digestible. Thank you. Those were really fun to make, actually. That's one of my favorite things. Hi, City. 4/6 sacral manifesting generator. Okay, so we were going through the 9 energy centers, and now we are at the G center, which was actually one of like probably the initial question. G center, not a motor. Not a motor. In human design, we call it the magnetic monopole. Every time I hear that, I think of like a train on a track. Like you just can't. Your train can't go like down a random road. It can't make random turns. It's a train on the track. And there's nothing you can do about it. We also call this passenger consciousness in human design. Anyways, this is an identity center. Okay. So if you have it undefined or if it's colored white in your chart, you might struggle with that. You might like be upset that you don't have a fixed and consistent identity. But I'm telling you, your little soul was like, no, I want to play around this time. I want to put on a lot of different hats. I want to go a lot of different directions. Sometimes I want to go backward. Sometimes I want to do 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's how I feel with my undefined G center, right? I want to try every hair color. Also, my if you're watching my old videos, you're seeing my hot pink hair. One of my friends was like, "Oh my gosh, I've been watching all your videos and I'm watching this progression of hair." I'm like, "I know." It was hot pink and then it was blonde and then it grew out all the way to here and then it went back up again and now like if I'm going to start traveling again, so it might be like I might just dye it my natural color, which is brown, so that I don't have to worry about coming back to my one guy for appointments because I will not see anybody else clothes taste anyone. I'm a repetitive little person. Same thing over and over again. Okay, G center, undefined. Identity, purpose, direction, difficult. If you try to make it consistent, if you accept that it's inconsistent, now you're having fun. Now you're on a playground. Now you get to pick whatever you want to pick and you can change your mind all the time. But if you try to compare and make it consistent, you are not having fun. If you have a defined G center, now this is a consistent source of identity, purpose, and direction. Sometimes I say that and people are like, no, I don't have that. Not me. So if you're using my website, this is another reason that I recommend my website because it's color coded. If you're using my website, I want you to go look. If you have a defined G center and you disagree with me, I want you to go look at what color it is. If it's blue, that means other people see you as consistent as having this fixed identity, this purpose, this direction, but you can't see it. It's only if it's colored in and colored pink that you're like, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew that that's what I always wanted. Yeah, absolutely." Okay? It's an important caveat to note. I would love if you did videos on the channels like you did with Gates. Um, I'll think about it. I don't feel inspired in that direction yet. However, I will tell you, Ruben, that I did write an entire book on the gates and I wrote an entire book on the channels. And currently it's only available in my course, but it's good. So if I ever were to make videos, I might reference that. But it's just, I would have to be inspired to be able to create videos where I didn't have to do a fuck ton of editing and adding in visuals. Because if you look at my older videos, I did like I sat and I edited and I added in like screenshots so that you could see like exactly where it was and what I'm talking about. And that's kind of how it is with the channels. And that just takes a lot of time. And people love it and they watch it. And then what? Anyway, I'll think about it. Okay, we're at the throat center. The throat center loves attention. Here's a funny thing one of my clients told me about the throat. I use this all the time. I'll never ever forget it, okay? I was explaining to her like this because she's a manifesting generator. I was explaining to her this concept that you're a manifesting generator because you have a direct motor to throat connection. That's what makes you a manifesting generator, and manifestors have it too. They have a motor to throat. She's like, "Oh, so a motor mouth." And I was like, "Actually, yes." Technically, you're right. Actually, yes. So the throat is consistent in expression, okay? And the way, if you have it colored in, the way and what you're expressing is dependent on what channel is funneling into the throat or what channels. You could have more than one. Bye, Jay. Thanks for coming. Anne says, my G center is blue, but my sacral and spleen and solar plexus are pink. So you'll relate. You'll go, oh, yeah, that's how I am with the ones that are pink and the ones that are blue. You're like, oh, I don't know. I don't see that for myself. Right. Okay. Back to the motor mouth. whatever channel is funneling energy into the throat tells us what you're always freaking talking about. So if it is the solar plexus center, you're talking about emotions and crisis and change and openness and, all of that fun stuff. Motor to throat, solar plexus to throat. If it's spleen to throat, you're talking about intuition and instinct. And I just knew that this is what I needed to do, right? If it's ajna to throat, you're talking about your unique perspectives. And if you have 2343, you're like practicing explaining things to people. You got to get this. You got to get on this, right? You got to get this concept. Let me explain it to you over and over again. Okay. The G center to the throat, you're talking about who you are and where you're going and why you're doing it so differently than everybody else. I love that for you. Ego to throat, you're talking about resources, right? You get the channel that takes the ego to the throat is the money channel. If you have sacral to throat, you're talking about how excited you are and how energized and power, enthusiasm, empowerment. Let's empower everybody. Let's give everybody power. That was fun. I have an undefined throat. In case you were wondering. So you have an undefined throat. You might look at all of this and go, I am not getting enough attention. I don't even know what to say. Either that or you go, let me say everything and see what sticks, right? Inconsistent. It can be challenging. Melanie has the 2343. Melanie, I saw your message this morning. Sorry, I haven't. Today has been so busy. I'm behind on everything. My defined root, I'm just behind on everything. I gotta catch up. My design side is Leo and my personality side is Scorpio. Yeah. My design is Scorpio and my personality is Aquarius. It's my birthday. I'm turning 41 on Sunday. Party. I have no plan. Okay, moving up to the Ajna Center. We're going to get through this. Don't forget to engage. Moving up to the Ajna Center. This is an awareness center. Oh, by the way, throat center is a center of manifestation. What you speak, you create. Interesting how all that stuff aligns, right? Ajna is another awareness. We have 3 awareness centers. They're the triangles. They make a triangle. Solar plexus, spleen, and ajna. Solar plexus is emotional awareness. Spleen is instinctive awareness. Ajna is cognitive awareness. Okay. It makes us want to know what's right and what's wrong. Who has the truth, right? Who doesn't? What perspective should I have? What's the point of view? What point of view can I try on? See how it feels. Does this mean you can create or manifest without a defined throat? You can always create. I would just say don't create from trying to use your voice, speak your intention, create from your defined centers. Okay, so if you have an undefined ajna, it's going to feel really uncomfy to pick a side. So all of us that have undefined ajnas right now living in the United States, we probably feel really uncomfy because everybody wants to pick a side. Everybody wants everybody to pick a side. Now, the people with the defined ajnas are like, I am positive that my side is the right side. I am positive. I am certain that I have the truth. I have no doubt. No doubt that I have the truth. That's how that works. The crown center. I made it. This is the ninth center. Crown center, okay? This is a pressure center. It creates mental pressure. Pressure to know things. So if you have it undefined, you're absorbing and amplifying pressure to know things. You might pick up on confusion. You might pick up on doubt. You might pick up on secrets and mysteries and go, is that mine? What do I do with that? Right? But when you have the crown center colored in, which is rare, It's only like 30% of people have it colored in. Now you are creating mental pressure. The people that I know that have a defined crown are just literal geniuses. I wouldn't know what to do with that level of mental pressure. They really like supercomputer brains just doing things with their heads. I can't even. I can't even. My brain doesn't do that. I got everything undefined. I'm a cloud. I'm a spirit. I'm an apparition. Okay, so if you have a defined crown center, you create mental pressure. Depending on what is defining the crown, it's the pressure to like find the truth, right? Get to the bottom of a mystery, to relieve doubt, to relieve confusion. Yeah, so 6447, it's to like keep processing to get through the confusion to finally have that breakthrough moment, to finally have that revelation. I was checking to see if I missed any comments. I don't know if I'm just not good at what I do or if these like social media platforms just are always doing me dirty. I don't know. I mean, I love that all of you are here, but like I used to have more views. Like that my content used to just get pushed out more than it does, and it's annoying me. It's annoying me that I can't access the people who have already opted in. If anybody has a solution, please help me. I have 50,000 followers on TikTok and my videos get 200 views. Why can't it be in front of my followers at the very least? I have an email list of over 10,000. My open rate is 10% because it goes into the promotions folder. People already opted in. Why is it going into promotions? I'm a small business. Interesting stuff. I gotta find an answer to that question. So if you hear anybody talking about it, let me know. Gate 40 is unconscious. I can't access that consciously. Oh, okay. What line is it in? I send myself my emails like to test, to read, and to like check all the links. My emails from me to me go to promotions. And I open every single one of my own emails because I sent it so that I could test it. So it's not like a problem of like, oh, we're putting you into promotions because your emails never get opened. They do. Can you touch on the significance of having 1057 and a blurter? 2057, the wavelength. I'm just blurting things out. They are doing me dirty, right? I got to figure this out. I am going to get to the bottom of this. This is my new, like, I'm on it. Okay, I'm processing 1057 and 2057. I mean, to me, it's like emphasis on gate 57 because you have it in multiple channels, but like it's not uncommon to have multiple channels activated. I don't know, maybe ask me a more specific question. I think your understanding of this stuff is very helpful. Thank you. I know that's what I'm saying. My line 1 is like on it. I'm going to dig into that. Well, usually when I stay off a little and I come back, they'll push. I don't know. The 2 channels specifically, they are interesting channels, I agree. My business emails do the same thing and now yours are 50/50. Ugh. Yeah. We need legislation. Or maybe I need to start doing like a um double opt-in or something. I don't even know if that would fix it though. What's the current starter kit price? I will tell people about it. Thank you. It's it's still live on the website, but I doubled it. You got in at the right time. Nick. We're having a full circle moment of going back to that solar plexus center that like stays with something and like wants to know it deeply and thoroughly. I have actually multiple people that are asking me for affiliate links so that I can give them credit for referrals. I am working on that. It's easy for me to do on the course because Kajabi just has like a slider button that I can just turn on. It's not as straightforward for the reports. So I'm kind of like trying to figure out both and then roll out like just all affiliate codes at the same time. Oh, can you access your unconscious gates consciously? I would say, you're going to love this answer. The best way to access your unconscious gates consciously is to go ask someone else their experience of you, but ask a very specific question, right? I'll give you an example. My Mercury on my personality side is gate 61. I think that I'm always talking about the occult and spirituality, which I am, right? But if I went and asked someone close to me, what am I always talking about? They might say that, but they might also mention my gate 43 on the design side, Mercury. That's the best way to consciously access your unconscious. You're not going to access your unconscious with your own head because it's unconscious to you. It's others' experience of you. It's your physical. I want to tell people about the report. Thank you. I know I made the damn thing and like I have my own report of myself. I could have printed anybody's. I printed my own report and I have it on my desk. It's if you're not Gen Alpha, you probably have something in your spirit that's like, I like paper. If you're younger, or if you're older than Gen Alpha, my kids are Gen Alpha. So even Gen Z, not as much, but millennials and Gen Xers, I like paper. I don't know what you're saying unless I have paper. That's how we were taught. I love, hi, Angie. I saw adoptee. I'm like, I love that. Let's be best friends. Which gate is the most mystic gate? Probably 61. It depends. Like what, because we could also call gate 19 mystic if we're talking about animals, plants. I would like to call myself an adoptee, but I was not legally adopted. I need to print mine in a binder, a blinder. I like paper. I should have yeah, you should add your natal chart. I think I might do that. I'll either create another report on astrology or I'll add astrology like into my reports. Astrology's fun. Not all of astrology, that's a lot. But like the things that enhance knowing about your design. Hi, Sarah. Did you get to hear my rant on the solar plexus center? Yeah, no, I wanted to create for my friend like a whole binder of like her whole family printed out. She beat me to it though. Too much to do. Dang, you might have to catch the replay, Sarah. Nick will tell you. Nick will tell you how I'm mean to solar plexus people, I bet. I like paper. Yeah, I'm an elder millennial too. Turned 41 on Sunday. It's my birthday. I introduced my youngest son, he's 6. And this is like a completely foreign concept because my kids don't go to school. But I introduced my younger son to like the concept of a binder, like to be able to open it and close it and add pages in and out. His mind was blown. Like that was his plaything for like a week. Okay. He'd like go sit and draw a little picture and him like putting that in my binder. He would like draw a little map of our house, put it in the binder, like cut and paste something, use one hole, get it in that binder. He's just like his binder is so cute. He just like it has a collection of scraps and drawings in this binder. And he just thought, because I went to get one for myself for something. Um, and he's like, "Can I have one too?" I turned 42 last month. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. Oh yeah, Nick. We're very query. I knew that. My son's birthday is tomorrow, actually. He's turned 7 tomorrow. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah, we're gonna party. We're gonna party all day tomorrow. Gosh, I have so much work to do before that. We're gonna party all day tomorrow to celebrate my son's 7th birthday, and then my birthday Sunday. I wanted him to be an Aquarius because I tried to plan my first son to be a Gemini, and he was 10 days late, and now he's a Cancer. I love him. But I wanted my youngest to be an Aquarius. I'm like, I understand this. This I know how to deal with. What should I do with gate 38 and 6 placements? Go fight somebody. I'm full of rocket fuel. Go start a fight. No, it's about purpose and meaning in life. But do you have the channel of struggle? I'm a Cancer again. Y'all know how I feel about Cancer. Cancer is an emotional authority. I just don't have it in me. My mom is a projector with an undefined root, and man, she works herself to the ground. Yeah, I could see that. My Leo daughter was supposed to be a Cancer. Oh, see, my stepdaughter is a Leo, and I get along with her. She, to me, is easier than the Cancer child. Okay. Laughing in Cancer rising. I have a Capricorn stellium. I wish I would have known that a long, long time ago because I'm like, yeah, I'm an Aquarius, but like there's something else that's quite earthy here. You're asking me about pelvic exams? You think I go to the doctor? My mom and me were born on the. Oh, that's cute. Try having a Capricorn moon. That doesn't sound fun at all. How do we get our chart from you? Ah, well, welcome. You can pull your chart for free at feelgoodhumandesign.com. That's my website. It's in my links too. You need your birth date, exact time, and location. And then your chart will come up. It looks like this. And all of the chart properties will be linked to free video explanations. So it's a free on-demand mini reading. But if you want to like talk to me one-on-one on Zoom, I do offer readings. All of that's on my website. So my links take you to my website, and there's also a menu on my website. Everything that I offer, you'll find there. Except I am doing a 12-week fast track to a limited number of female spiritual entrepreneurs through my course to build their business by design. That doesn't have a landing page on my website, but it is in my links. I have a fifth house Aquarius. Oh, that sounds interesting, Sarah. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. Human design, Jenny. I love that. No, you're good. Hopefully, you got the replay. I did a webinar on Wednesday. That's another thing on my to-do list. I need to like put the replay up for sale. Can we say gate 29 is the fool because it made me say yes to a lot of things? Like tarot fool? Because there is like a correlation between the gates and the tarot. Like ever had a embarrassing pelvic exam? I don't know, but I feel like you want to tell your story. Tell me your story. There's a link between gates and tarot. Yeah. I had the thing open on my tabs so I wouldn't lose it, but I think I accidentally closed it. My friend just texted me if I want to get another piercing for my birthday. Like, what else? Piercings are uncomfy for a long time. Takes a long time to heal. Meanwhile, like, but I want a tattoo. Another tattoo. I got to figure out where I left that. I was looking for my tarot and gates link, but yes, there is. Gates and tarot. I'll have to find my reference tool. Maybe I saved it to my computer. Let's see. I'm like making that face because looking at like the past couple of days, all the downloads, like my poor little MacBook Pro is working hard for the money. No, that wasn't it. Did I feel like maybe I covered it in a video too. When you create content every day. I don't remember where I left it. I'll find it. Oh, shoot. What time is it? Oh, I have to feed my kids. I'm like weaving around my phone because I can't see my screen. Okay, do a webinar on gates and tarot. That'd be fun. I feel like I should do like a series of fun webinars just because I want to. I'll think about it. Okay, you guys. I gotta run. Gates and tarot. Okay, we have multiple votes for gates and tarot. I'll look into it after I get through this to-do list. See you later.